mercy of the officials tonight. Great to have you with us from Cameron. It's UCF who has the first possession of the game. Man-to-man look for Duke defensively, no surprise.
It's all about the defense.
Here's Fulks on the kick out for Kugel. He'll fire a three. And the Blue Devils corral the rebound. Caleb Foster and the Blue Devils want to run. Evans in transition. And Fulks the board for UCF.
Evans starting back where he did last year, firing from long range.
Heavy contact, wouldn't go for Kugel. See if the Blue Devils can score this trip down.
Both these teams are going to want to get out and run in transition. They hang their hat on their defense, and they love the running game.
Duke slows it down now into a bit of a half-court set. Down low, Boozer! And a chance for three!
Player of the year, preseason freshman of the year, and we're gonna see if he lives up to his billing tonight. He's off to a good start.
Preseason first team All-ACC as well, and he gets the Blue Devils late tonight.
He's got a lot of weapons, and he has a lot of experience, and that's a nice short-range shot right there by Jordan Burks.
Georgetown averaged over 4 points a game for the Hoyas a year ago.
They've got the experience, they've got the mileage, and you're playing against a young team out there. We'll see if they can use that to their advantage.
Gungba finds Foster. Lost the handle, got it back. Gets it to the corner. Evans a contested three. Yes!
And the Crazies love Isaiah Evans. His long-range shooting is going to be a key for Duke this season. He can spread the floor out. He can start hitting them.
A lot of talk about Evans in the offseason, Debbie, the way that he has just retooled his body, and the Blue Devils with a broken play lead to three.
Evans, he just sees some space and he's going to let it fly. Yeah, and I think the question on Evans is, we know he can shoot it. We want to see if he can put it on the floor too, but how consistent can he be defensively? He needs to be a great defensive presence for Blue Devils in his sophomore year.
UCF denies the post. Evans in the corner. Off the bounce. 5 to shoot for Gungba. Boozer, step back, a straight on three. And the rebound for Cambridge.
A little look at Boozer's ability to play inside and outside as well. Pretty versatile for a big guy.
It's the positionless basketball that Coach Shire talks so much about. And active hands for Caleb Foster. UCF will keep it down 4.
Nice job by Caleb in the passing lane. He's the veteran of this team in his 3rd season. We don't see it that often nowadays, Chris, and it's good to see him out there leading the club.
And we talk about this freshman class for Duke and a lot that the Blue Devils have to replace. Duke does return 6 players off that team that won 35 games last year.
And that's great consistency. Duke, I believe, one of only 2 teams in the country that did not have a transfer, and I think that speaks very loudly to Coach Shire and the staff's culture that they have built here in the Brotherhood.
Boozer at the foul line. Evans tries again. His 2nd of the game.
How quick was that release? Talk about a catch and shoot.
Cambridge looks to answer. And the Knights yet to hit a 3. Evans again. A bit of a heat check for the sophomore.
That was a Caitlin Clark 3 right there.
Yes, it was. Early 5-point lead for the Blue Devils. Fulks turns around, misses it. And Hominian, another rebound.
Great job by Caitlin Foster defensively to take away that driving line.
And a foul on the floor. Hominian on the drive for the Blue Devils.
Nicholas Amenya, freshman from Los Angeles, 6'8", number 15th ranked player overall, McDonald's All-American. And here's a quick fact, same high school as Spencer Hubbard, double nickels.
How about that? Debbie dropping knowledge early tonight. Foster gets a blow as Harris and Caden Boozer check in for Duke. First look at the twin brother of Cameron, Caden. Gungba, and now Harris, who's had such a big offseason for the Blue Devils. Coach Shire praising Harris and the step that he took. Gungba turns it over.
And this team's going to need Darren Harris this year. sophomore out of Paul VI, Northern Virginia. He was the 2024 Virginia Gatorade Player of the Year. He's got a lot of skill. He's worked really hard. You can see the change in his physique. We often see that from freshman to sophomore year. This team's going to need his shooting and his defense.
Kind of a pipeline for Duke. From Durham to Paul VI up in Virginia. 4 different Blue Devils have come out of that program.
Great program in the DMV.
Burks gets a touch. 10 to shoot for Folks. Baseline 2 wouldn't go, and the Blue Devils want to run.
Nice coverage on that back cut by Amenya, the freshman.
Boozer to Boozer to Harris for 3.
You want to see that go down for Darren Harris. Great shot from the corner.
Harris played in 21 games for Duke last year.
Coach Shire is saying that he's a guy that believes in the process.
In scoring offense and scoring defense. And Coach Shire talked a lot at shoot-around today about defense, and that's really the backbone of who this Duke team is the way they play defense.
Well, and ironically, the 2 best defenders, or Coach says the most disruptive defenders on the team, are sitting on the bench right now. Damizar, talented 6'8" freshman from Barcelona, and Malik is sitting on the bench as well. A small injury, he'll be back soon, but he is the centerpiece of the Duke defense.
And when the Blue Devils can get healthy on that end of the floor, look out. 3 wouldn't go. Boozer couldn't track down the rebound.
Well, what it does is give some other guys a chance to play tonight and show what they can do.
Boozer picks the pocket. And a foul on UCF sends Caden Boozer to the line.
Caden Boozer, talk about his coach-like vision, his poise, 5-star point guard. Just really mature beyond his years. It's going to be, his play is going to be key this year alongside Caleb Foster running the show for Duke.
Foster about to check back in as the first free throw goes down. This week's ACC Network Women's Soccer doubleheader features a top 15 matchup as number 11 Florida State travels to Charlottesville to take on 3rd-ranked Virginia at 6. That's followed by Virginia Tech entertaining number 1 Notre Dame. Catch the action Thursday night on ACC Network and the all-new ESPN app. Extra possession for the Blue Devils. Boozer in the corner hits the triple.
Versatility. 6'9", 240, stepping out and knocking down the 3.
Beal. A head fake for Burks. He wants to drive, creates space, and knocks it down. Second field goal for Jordan Burks tonight.
Transfer from Georgetown. Great job creating his own shot, and that's what Duke's willing to give up. Contested 2s. That was a tough piece of offense right there. You got to kind of give that one up.
Boozer misfires on that one.
We're 3 happy tonight,
Yeah,
right?
we sure are. Blue Devils have made 4 of them already. UCF trying to answer. And a good box out by Gungba. Boozer, the hesitation. To Caden Boozer. And a foul on the floor against UCF.
Here's UCF with the ball on the replay. Knocking it down. Jordan Burks showing his skills, showing how he can play a little bit.
UCF into a little bit of foul trouble though, Debbie. Already 4 fouls here in the first half. As the Blue Devils off the inbounds, miss the 3. And Bowl out of Sudan. South Sudan gets the rebound.
Only 7-2.
Only. Kugel against Harris. Beal steps back. And nothing going for the Knights. They're 1 of their last 8 from the field.
It's a tough contested shot, and that's good D by Caleb Foster.
Amenya up and under. Couldn't get the finish, but we'll head to the line.
And the freshman Kamenya is another Duke player with tremendous versatility. You see right there, he can put it on the floor, and he's got a great size body. He can power his way to the rim, draw the foul. He can knock down the 3. He can play with his back to the basket. I think we're going to see a lot of great things from him this season.
Coach Shire, when we were talking about him today, said, and he meant this in the most positive and loving way, he said, he's a psycho. And I guess that's like a good new term of endearment that I'm not hip on.
I think it means he doesn't have any limits. He's got a really high motor, and he just has absolutely no fear. As you get to see a little bit on him, you know, he's a back-to-back state championships, McDonald's All-American, a big-time recruit for Duke, and he's just got one of those great motors you love to have as a coach on your team.
High IQ.
A little bit of everything.
1 of 2 from the line. What have you seen out of UCF? It seems to me they're getting good shots, but just some of these buckets not falling.
They're creating a lot of their shots, so it's a lot of one-on-one play. You know, and they're a team that's going to need to work on some chemistry. You know, they've only been together for a short period of time. It's going to take them a little bit to gel. This is kind of the gelling stage for them.
Baminya couldn't connect. Coach Dawkins talked a lot at shoot-around today with us about how it's not just about bringing these guys in for basketball, it's about pouring into their lives, classes on leadership and just life away from basketball.
Well, that's Coach Dawkins, and that's his background at Duke, and just the guy that he is. He believes in the total player development, the player and the person, as we see a foul right there, and wanting these guys to have the best they can on the court and after they leave in life.
Goes against Kugel. Isaiah Evans back in for the Blue Devils. There's Coach Dawkins. Well, what a career he has had as obviously a player, as an assistant coach at Duke, as a head coach at Stanford, and now at UCF.
Over 300 career wins, his 10th season at UCF. 1996 Duke Hall of Fame. Naismith Trophy winner in 1986. He's done a little bit of everything.
Evans under heavy contact, unable to finish. Chris Johnson now, and a foul away from the ball. It goes against Baminya.
Baminya and Fumena just went at it, and Baminya kind of got manhandled there, and he ended up getting called for the foul where it was clearly just a shove by Fumena.
It's a rookie being welcomed to college basketball.
That's the difference in the physical play, but Coach Shire's telling us this freshman class, they're physical, they're mature, they're ready to go at this level.
Called them all big-time winners. But I guess if you're going to be a freshman and play big minutes at Duke, you've got to be a pretty big winner. Blue Devils winning with defense tonight. That's an over and back, and the Blue Devils force another turnover.
That was a great switch by Boozer with Isaiah Evans, again showing Duke's versatility, the ability to switch 2 and 5 and jump out, and you watch this athleticism, just jumps out and switches and causes that missed dribble and immediately gets on the floor.
And the frustration setting in early for the Knights. Blue Devils have missed their last 5 shots. They've gone a little cold from the floor. Extra pass, Evans. Halfway down, popped out. Fulks doesn't have numbers. Finds Johnson in the corner. And a triple for the Knights, their first of the game.
That's a nice shot created out of transition, and transition was defense was a big focal point in shoot around today. Just really corralling the ball, stopping the ball as it comes down the floor. Duke knows that UCF is a great transition team as Foster takes one from the corner, and Blue Devils have gone cold from long range.
Blue Devils still with a big lead. 11.5 to go in the opening half. UCF with a couple missed opportunities there. Now the Blue Devils the other way. Baminya off the head fake. Heads to the line for 2. It is not wanting to win the game tonight. That's everybody, right? Everyone's a competitor. They all want to win. Baminya at the line for the Blue Devils out of the timeout.
You know, he talked about, can you maintain that competitive stamina for 40 minutes, and can you pay attention to the details and execute when you're tired? That's when it's hardest.
And probably harder for a younger team, as the Blue Devils are with so many talented freshmen. Sebastian Wilkins in for the first time for Duke. Burks in the corner, hits the triple. No, they'll call it a 2 and look at it later. 6 in the first half for Jordan Burks.
Good ball movement by UCF. Nice shot by Burks.
Wilkins down low. Out to Boozer. Drives. with the right hand for 2 more.
Look how Duke can just go 5 out. And Boozer again, 6'9", puts it on the floor from the perimeter. No help side defense. It gets right to the rim.
UCF throws it away. Wilkins in transition. Boozer couldn't finish. And the Knights the other way. Burks in the corner again. His second triple.
Burks is saying somebody needs to guard me, and this is the transition offense of UCF, and they've cut it to a 6-point lead.
Blue Devils just 1 of their last 9 from the floor. Boozer, mid-post, goes to work. And a little too strong.
I like that about Boozer, though. You've seen him play outside, you've seen him put it on the floor, but now you're seeing him play with his back to the basket, multi-dimensional.
Burks has got the hot hand, and he knocks down another one.
Switching off. Nicholas on Burks, and Burks is on fire, and somebody needs to put the fire out.
UCF has hit their last 3 shots. They've all been Burks. He's got the last 7 for the Knights. Haminia trying to answer for Duke. And it'll be UCF ball with 9.5 to go in the first half. And how about Burks, the hot hand for the Knights?
Burks wants the ball, and Duke has not found a way to stop him. You got to get high hands, you got to get out there and pressure, and he's wide open here in transition. Caleb Foster not matching up well, and he's knocking down the 3. And then he's running off the baseline, gets a little room, and drains that one as well. Burks is on fire.
Already has a dozen points tonight. And UCF down 4 can cut into the deficit further.
Horn set for UCF. We've got a whistle.
It's on Caden Boozer, that foul. His first. Just the 3rd on Duke.
These are the defensive moments, though, that will give John Shire and his staff an ability to teach. And with any young team still learning the defensive system, the push off there, but got away with it.
Parker misses the 2. Now the Blue Devils in transition. Boozer. And Travel try to force it past to Gungba, but really good defense over the last couple possessions by UCF.
Indeed, and there's an example of transition where you want to run if you're Duke, but you also want to run at a pace that allows you to take care of the basketball, and that was kind of an unforced error there by Boozer, maybe going a little bit too fast in transition.
And that's something Coach Shire talked about in shoot-around today with us, valuing each possession, not trying to go too fast and make sure they get a good look every time down.
And it's kind of like the old John Wooden, be quick but don't hurry. You've got to know the pace of play at which you're comfortable. You want to push, but you want to take care of the ball, and he's still going. Jordan Burks, he's feeling it in Cameron, and you know, what an opportunity to play in Cameron for UCF, and he's taken full advantage.
Harris misses the 3. Blue Devils get another crack at it. Boozer goes baseline. Lost the handle, gets it back. Harris with 5 to shoot. 3 to shoot for Boozer. Lets it fly. What a hustle play by Cam Boozer. And it leads to an and 1. Darren Harris, the hoop of the Horn.
Wow to Cam Boozer. Not only can he play all over the court on offense, but you see when that ball hits the floor, he is the first one down there to get it, and then he chases after that rebound, comes up with it, finds his teammate, and creates that basket. Tremendous hustle play and the great finish by Harris.
Blue Devils needed that bucket as Harris tries to complete the and 1 and does.
It's really, Chris, an amazing thing when your best players are your hardest workers, and we can see what a workhorse Cam Boozer is.
That's been the case. Think about Cooper Flagg last year for the Blue Devils. It's sort of a culture moment, it feels like, for the Blue Devils.
Indeed, and it's really a wonderful thing, because they lead by example. We've lost a shoe. Here's Caden Boozer.
Good contest by the Knights. Now Kugel from the foul line knocks down the 15-footer.
What UCF is just able to create their own shots, and they're knocking down these crafty 15-foot jump shots.
Boozer finds his brother. Boozer has some space, gonna fire a three. Yep. His second of the game.
That was 2 steps off the line. He's got some range. Just love his focus. Learning about his guys, learning about his lineups, learning who plays well under pressure, because certainly playing in Cameron indoor against the number 6 team in the country is a little bit of pressure, and another one goes down. That's Jermichael Stillwell knocking it down.
Stillwell kind of the anchor and the leader of this UCF team, and he's helped pull the Knights to within 3. And some confusion.
We talked about Stillwell in the open. He was a double-double machine, and he's been kind of quiet right now. First bucket for him.
Really became the leader for Coach Dawkins during the summer. Coach Dawkins said earlier today that Stillwell's starting to learn some of what Coach wants, not always on the floor, but in the locker room and from a culture standpoint. Blue Devils try to go to the post, and they'll have another crack at it. And this is a UCF team, Debbie, that's trying to replace Darius Johnson, who was a 4-year starter at the point guard position for Johnny Dawkins.
When do you hear that anymore? A 4-year starter at the point.
Heavy contact. Kugel takes it away, and the Knights to within 1.
The Knights fighting back in this one, and this young Duke team, we'll see if they have an answer.
Gungba nearly turned it over. Blue Devils go back to the big fella. 10 to shoot. Gungba up and under. Too strong. Boozer gets the offensive rebound. Too strong on the follow, but a foul against the Blue Devils.
Can already see we're going to enjoy watching Boozer battle on the boards, and Gungba, what a change in his body. He's really worked hard this summer. He's slimmed down, he's put on some muscle mass. Now I just really like to see him be a little more aggressive.
Talk about the reshaping of the body. That's really for the entire sophomore class. We've talked already about Harris, we've talked about Isaiah Evans, Gungba in that same vein. That's a credit to those guys for putting in the work as well.
They worked hard this summer, and it's a big step from freshman to sophomore year. Both physically, mentally, you understand the details and the system better.
Boozer goes downhill, finds Foster, passes on the 3, misses the 2, but Boozer there to clean up the glass.
Boozer with the dribble drive that created the opening for his teammate, and then he crashes the offensive glass, which is a big point of emphasis for Duke this year, trying to get some extra possessions by crashing hard. Boozer's an amazing rebounder.
Burks from the top of the key, another one.
That's just a bad switch. You got to talk about switching is a hard thing to learn for young players, and you've got to switch with high hands, shoulder to shoulder. Right now, you just can't let Burks touch the ball.
First tie of the game. Gungba fumbles it, gets it back, and heads to the line.
Great weak side flash cut by Patrick. You see Burks still going. You see that switch, didn't step up, step back. Nicholas has to step up with high hands. And then there's Patrick Bunga to the bucket, finishes through the contact, and is going to the free throw line.
Gungba was so impactful for the Blue Devils down the stretch a season ago. Forget that he missed time early in the season, but another guy who the Blue Devils are counting on to take a big step in his sophomore season.
He played in some big-time moments last season and played some great basketball, so he's got that good experience.
Evans, pick and roll with Gungba. Head fake by Foster. 10 to shoot. Foster off the window, and UCF the other way. Alley-oop for Burks, who throws it down.
Transition defense is going to be a focal point for Duke, certainly coming out of this game.
Have a night, Jordan Burks, 18 first-half points for the Georgetown transfer. Evans couldn't answer.
A little off balance on that one, just kind of threw it up there. I don't know if that's the best shot for the team.
UCF looking for their first lead of the game.
UCF's a little bit full of confidence right now. Came in here, got knocked back, and now they're firing on all cylinders.
Fumena up top. And that's not the shot the Knights wanted there.
I'm giving that shot for a reason, but watch this play in transition. Get the ball, advance it up the floor. Here's the alley-oop. And the flush by who else? Burks.
And a little hello for everybody at home. 18 points, 13 minutes for Burks.
I mean, this is a mature, physical, and athletic team, and you just don't want to let them hang around and build their confidence. 4 minutes to halftime, Blue Devils need to come up with a response.
Pamenya absorbs the contact and heads back to the line. We talk about having a response, though. UCF with a big response. They were down 12 early in this first half.
And that's experience, right? Many of these guys, we have a guy with 7th-year player, 5th-year player, 2 5th-year players. They've been in big games, big moments, tons of experience, 24 years old, and they're playing against 18-year-olds too. So, but they didn't come in here to lose. They certainly came in here to battle and be physical, and they're doing just that.
Pamenya puts the Blue Devils in front. And a lot of question marks for both of these teams. And to your point, a lot of learning moments early. But the Blue Devils have weathered the storm so far, have a 2-point lead with 4 minutes to go in the half.
That's really what these early season games are about. Just figuring a lot of things out for the coaching staff. There's a good switch right there.
Stillwell. Turnaround jumper to tie the game.
Another great one-on-one. Harris had hands in his face. Just a nice athletic move.
Boozer to the paint. And UCF with another great job on a closeout. And it goes for Kugel, and the Knights have the lead for the first time.
John Shire calls timeout, and UCF making it really hard for Duke to finish at the rim and play and learn on every possession. But, you know, stay to the game plan, stick to the details. It all starts with your defense.
Foster out of the timeout. Boozer's had the hot hand for the Blue Devils this half. Gungba corrals the errant pass, but loses the handle, and UCF the other way.
UCF has some really good one-on-one defenders. They are taking away the straight line drives and making it difficult. Not the best shot right there.
Good contest by Boozer as well. Foster. Boozer up top. Gungba, he'll fire a three. And the rebound corralled by Stillwell.
Watch Gungwa knock down 5 in a row in pregame warm-ups.
Halfway through the shot clock for the Knights. Folks
just spreading the floor, creating some space to go one-on-one, and that's what they've been doing all night long. Space the floor and try to attack off the dribble.
2 minutes to go. Blue Devils down 2 in the opening half. Foster really traveled, puts it up anyway, left it short. Harris couldn't corral it. 4 losses for Duke by 1 possession. And Coach Shire spent a lot of time in the offseason talking about the analytics side of the game and finding ways to try to win in the margins, he called it.
Yeah, it is a game of margins, and little things make a big, big difference. As we see Gungba go up with the left with the beautiful finish high off the glass. That's what we're looking to see from Patrick this season.
And an answer from Folks.
And the transition continues. UCF continues to punish Duke in transition. They inbound quickly and they just attack. Blue Devils have got to match up sooner, stop the ball. No call there on that 3-point shot.
And possession will be with the Knights.
You watch this defense right here, and here's the switch, and you see how Gungwa's back in the lane, so another poor switch, which creates this space for that shot to be easy for Folks.
Just can't make them that easy, can you?
Switching is not as easy as it looks. It's about spacing and timing and great communication.
UCF can add to a 2-point lead. Fulks, another runner. Zung with the rebound. Duke doesn't have numbers. Boozer pushes anyway. All the way to the hole, and will head to the line for 2.
Every time Duke tries to get to the basket, UCF makes them pay. This is a physical team. No easy looks for the Blue Devils right now.
We've got more exhibition basketball coming your way on ACC Network as the nation's #2 recruit, Darian Peterson, and Kansas head to Louisville to take on number 11 Louisville. Coverage begins Friday night at 7:30 right here on ACC Network. Pat Kelsey, Debbie, entering his 2nd season, guiding the Cardinals to a 19-win improvement last year.
That was pretty incredible to watch. He did such a fantastic job. You almost found yourself cheering for him every step of the way.
Easy guy to root for, it seems like. Blue Devils down 1. Haminia looking for the lead. Boozer the offensive rebound and the putback.
Boozer doing the little things.
And a foul on a 3-point attempt by Harris.
Doesn't take UCF long to get their shot off, does it? They're going to take the first available opportunity. You see as Harris comes out and closes out, knocks him to his feet, and he's going to the line for 3.
UCF last year, Debbie, set a program record. They made 328 three-pointers. Obviously a different team this year, but you can start to see some of the system that Coach Dawkins wants to run beginning to manifest itself here tonight.
Yeah, and they've got some good shooters. I mean, Beal made 62 threes last year, shot a little under 40%. Right now, it's transition offense that's hurting the Blue Devils.
I'm sure Coach Dawkins really proud of the way his team has responded so far tonight.
They're playing with a lot of energy, a lot of toughness. They're a physical, mature team.
They said in shoot-around today wanted to be the more together team and one of the more physical teams. And Coach Dawkins has talked about the need to have more physicality, trying to go through the rigors of playing in the Big 12.
Yeah, the Big 12 is a tough gauntlet. And they're not picked very high in the league. And again, rebuilding this program, putting it together piece by piece this season, but they're looking mighty good right now.
Kugel hits all 3.
This gives them an opportunity to extend their defense, and we'll have an opportunity here to see the Blue Devils handle the press for the first time. It's kind of a little token press, picking up the ball full court.
Boozer finds Evans on the wing, another 3. His 3rd of the first half.
I like that little play off the made free throw, off the press break for Isaiah Evans to knock down that 3 on the weak side. Well done.
UCF calls timeout. We're back to Cameron in 30.
Weak side, and a great job finding Evans for the open shot.
One of the things that these exhibition games do as well, it allows teams to practice certain situations. Johnny Dawkins, that use it or lose it timeout, and now UCF, a chance for a time and score situation at the end of the half.
There's never too many opportunities in game to practice time score. You know, and for a Duke team, as we said, who lost all of their 4 losses last season by 1 possession, those time score opportunities are invaluable.
7-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. I don't know about you, but I think I'd give it to Burks.
It's worked well so far.
18 points in the first half for Burks. 4 to shoot. This is Fulks off the bounce. Johnson at the shot clock buzzer, but it's too late.
Fulks with the great crossover. Evans switched on to him and again spread the floor out, cleared the middle. Fulks with a great handle to get to the rim, but I wasn't able to finish.
And now Duke will get the last crack at it.
Like you said, there's a play for this situation. 6.6 left in the half. Chance for the Blue Devils to practice.
Gungba to Boozer. Boozer into the paint and travel.
I like the set though. Trial and error. Again, great rim protection by UCF. Right now on the court, freshman, sophomore, freshman.
And much more experience for UCF. Here's Kugel from half court. Oh, it almost went. And it is Duke Debbie who will